I had zero friends. I was cutting up everybody basically. I was not eating food. Then he was like, Amrita, ellam symptoms which I think you have bipolar. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Hi guys, welcome to Kapi with Amrita, and a lot of people were asking me what is exactly Kapi with Amrita is all about. So, idile we are going to talk about kore karyangal, which will include business, fashion, music, art, mental health, like kore samsaram undavum. So I want you to be with me in this journey, and I want your support here. So yeah. So this is my first episode where there is no guest, it's just me, myself, and I'll be talking about something very important to me which has happened with me. I think a lot of people know about it. It's about bipolar. So it's a very important topic for me. Karanam, I've been through this past 10 years. And it was a long journey for me. There was so many ups and downs. Whenever I talk about this, I get very overwhelmed. I don't know why, because a lot of people don't know what has happened in this 10 years, why I was weird, why I was acting shit. So I think we're gonna talk about it, and yeah. So I was diagnosed as bipolar when I was 18 years old. And I was clueless when I had this, like very clueless, because it was new to me. I had no knowledge. I had a lot of weird symptoms. Like I was really hopeless. I was on my bed 24 hours. I was not talking to anybody. I had zero communication with any person. And I had zero friends. I was cutting up everybody basically. I was not eating food. That was the main. And I was very rude. I was angry all the time. I had so many weird symptoms that I can't even explain. Like I had millions of symptoms actually. And I was really, it never happened with me. So I had a conversation with my brother first, and I told him that, something is off with me. I am not fine, I guess. And he's like, okay, what can we do? So I told him that, okay, maybe I need a doctor. I need to figure out what this is. So I went to my mother. I told her that, Amma, though I'm feeling very weird, I'm not okay. I'm crying every day. So to be honest, I am so lucky to have such a great parents who did not judge me at all, who did not say that, oh, this is a normal prashna, this is not a prashna, this is not a doctor. Whereas they were like opposite. They were like, you know what, we'll go to the doctor. So I went to this hospital that I'm not gonna take the name. I met the doctor, and he's a very famous doctor, because my parents took me there so that I can have a best of everything. And the doctor was like acting as if doctor actually samsarichadu. So the doctor was like, okay, you have this problem. Bhayangara serious stuff. Why is he acting so weird? Because I'm 18. You will freak out, right? You don't know what the hell is going on. And then he was like, Amrita, ellam symptoms which I think you have bipolar. And I was like, what the fuck is that? I have no idea what is it. I in life bipolar. And then he the worst thing what he told me was like, you should go home and Google it about it. We should never Google what we have. And he asked me to go home, Google it, study about it. I went home, started Googling. I started freaking out. I thought I have some big rogam, okay? And I was like, fuck, I'm so fucked. I have some issue, like a major issue. And then he gave me a lot of medication that I can't tell you. And I started eating the medication. As soon as I started my medicines, the worst part was like, I medicine കഴിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയ തൊട്ടന്നെ ഞാൻ full ഉറക്കുവാ. എനിക്ക് ആ ഒരു interaction ഒന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ല. I eat, I have the medicine. I eat, I have the medicine. As soon as I take the medicine, I'm flat. ഉറക്കം. I'm just sleeping, ഉറക്കം മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. So I was sleeping the entire day, maybe like ഒരു 24 hours full ഉറക്കമായിരിക്കും ഞാൻ. And my parents were like, ഇതിങ്ങനെ പോയാൽ ശരിയാവത്തില്ല, ഇത് മരുന്ന് ഫൈൻ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡബിൾ, പക്ഷെ ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരാൾ ഇങ്ങനെ കിടന്ന് ഉറങ്ങുന്നത് ഇസ് നോട്ട് ഗുഡ്. And then I went to another doctor, then another. I have met like 6 to 7 doctors. No shit worked. And like literally nothing worked. Everything, all medicines, enne orkam, enne oru shavasana 24/7. I was just sleeping, doing nothing. Mood ശരിയാവുണ്ടോ എന്തെങ്കിലും ബെറ്റർ ആവുണ്ടോ. It was so weird, and I really thought maybe I can never change. ഇത് ഒരിക്കലും ശരിയാവില്ല എന്ന് വിചാരിച്ചു ഞാൻ. And even as I reached a point where I thought, I'm done and I want to quit. I reached that point. But thankfully, I did not do any shit. We shouldn't, okay? And I did not give up on myself. Then finally, luckily, I don't know how, but I met this particular doctor. I went there. I was admitted there for like 9 days. I can never forget Idavasam because when I was admitted, it was just me and that room. They used to come give me food, tablets on time. I had no phone. I had no communication with anybody. I was completely alone. Zero friends. Like, trust me, zero friends. Nobody helped me. If I came out of the shit, it's only because of me, my hard work, and my parents, of course. Because avarenne kondoyittillarengil, I don't think I would get better. So I was there and I was so alone. I can't tell you how lonely I was feeling. I was numb. And then finally, I requested them one day that എനിക്കൊന്ന് ഫോൺ തരൂ, എനിക്കൊന്ന് വരയ്ക്കണം. When I talk about that, I feel so shit because, just imagine you're in a room, ആരും സംസാരിക്കാനില്ല, and you have nothing to do. All you do is like you eat, you have the medicine, you sleep, you look at the roof. That's it. And then they gave me a paper and a pen. And luckily I got my phone back and I started drawing. And that's how my art journey also started after a long time, of course. And ee samayathu nan college poyittilla. I did not go to college for like 2 years properly. And my college mates thought that I am lazy or I don't know what to think about me. But they did not treat me well. That I know that fact. But they were like, I vanished for 2 years. Class varathilla, college varathilla. Yes, because I was admitted and I was going through this. And I couldn't talk to anybody about this. And nobody knows in my college. I think I don't remember, but yeah. So then finally one day when I went to the college, ellarum bhayangara shock ആയി. They were like, oh, you're back. എന്നെ മറ്റേ ഇതാണ് വിളിച്ചോണ്ടിരുന്നത്, മറ്റേ മഹാബലി, എന്തോ അതിനെ പറയാ, ഓണത്തിന് ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം വരുന്ന ആളുടെ പേരെന്തുവാ, what do you call it? എന്നെ അതൊക്കെ വിളിച്ചോണ്ടിരുന്നത്. And I used to get angry and my anger was on peak. I used to shout at people. I'm like, എന്തൊക്കെ ഞാൻ ചീത്ത പറയോ വരണേ, because കാര്യം അറിയാണ്ട്, പക്ഷെ of course അവരിനെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് കാര്യമില്ല, അവർക്ക് അറിയത്തില്ലായിരുന്നു. So yeah, they did judge me a lot, I believe, but there were very few people who were good to me also. Very few, very few. Then college life just kept on happening. I did not bother. പക്ഷേ ഒരു weird factor എനിക്ക് സമയത്ത് വന്നു, and that was stage fear. From nowhere, I don't know how, ഒരു stage fear വരാൻ തുടങ്ങി. ക്ലാസ്സിൽ presentation ഞാൻ ചെയ്യത്തില്ല, and I used to get panic attacks. That was so, I don't know, weird. I don't know, panic attack വരുമ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ കൈ sweat ആകും, my heart beat will increase, ഞാൻ stumble ചെയ്യും, I cannot talk. And I സമയത്ത് അപ്പം എനിക്ക് എൻ്റെ ടാബ്ലറ്റ് കഴിക്കണം. If I don't eat my tablet, I'll go crazy, I'll go worst. So I always used to carry medicines with me. I always used to have medicines in my bag because anything can happen anytime. And I had this medication. A lot of people also asked me, etra naal medicines elichu. I had for like 7 years straight. And ee 7 years straight le side effects undayo chochanya definitely undayittundu. Kore side effects enikku undayittundu honestly. But coming to the stage fear problem, I stopped doing presentation. Class presentation വരുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ ഞാൻ എന്ത് ചെയ്യും പറഞ്ഞാൽ ബങ്ക് ചെയ്യും ക്ലാസ്, എന്തെങ്കിലും ഞാൻ ലീവ് എടുക്കും. or I'll tell the ma'am that ma'am, I'm sick, I'm not well. I'll make up some reasons and I'll make sure I will not attend a single presentation. And then finally, one of my friend, he encouraged me so much. He's like, you know what, nobody gives a fuck, just do it. Then I was like, you know what, finally I did presentation ഒക്കെ ചെയ്തു. And അപ്പോൾ I got to know that okay, you know, കുഴപ്പമില്ല, കുറച്ച് സമയം എടുക്കും, പക്ഷേ I'll be fine. And that's how I started doing stage shows, that even right now, me talking in front of the camera, it's a huge deal for me, because a person who was like so fucking scared to a person who does all the work. My job is this right now. So it's a huge difference and I'm really happy and really proud of that. And bipolar ഒരു normal സാധനമാണ്. BPD, bipolar, OCD, ADHD, it's just normal. You know, അതൊരു വലിയ സംഭവമായിട്ട് എടുക്കണ്ട. പക്ഷെ don't give up. All I want to say is like, actually don't give up on yourself, because once you give up, then there's a problem. Just keep trying. We might fail a million times. Trust me, I'm still failing. ഇപ്പോഴും എണീച്ചിട്ടില്ല. പക്ഷെ I know that I will get up one day and I'll reach there. And വേറെ ആരുടെ വാലിഡേഷന്റെ ആവശ്യം നമുക്ക് ആക്ച്വലി ഇല്ല, apart from you and yourself. So ഈ bipolar ഒക്കെ, it's a ചിന്ന സാധനം. It's not a huge deal. You can just get over this easily. But yes, this will stay with me till I die. It will be a part of me, but it's not a big deal, I believe. So this bipolar helped me with one thing, where I started painting again. So remember when I told you that I was in that room alone? I started sketching and my doctor came and he looked at my art and he's like, you draw? So I said, yeah, I used to, but now I stopped. And you know what? He gave me a project. He's like, you know, I want this art. Can you do within a week? So I was like, do I get paid? That was my question. He said, yeah, definitely get to work. So angane I started my art. I started painting. I was so dedicated to do that art. Within a week, 4 painting I finished. I sold my art. That's how I started selling my work. Then slowly, my art got sold to Ranjini Haridas. That was a victory for me, because I never thought a person like a celebrity or a person like her would ever text me on Instagram and would buy my art. And I was very young when that happened. I gave that art and I was so happy. I never thought I can be there, you know. എനിക്കെന്തെങ്കിലും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നോ, or something I can do എന്നുള്ള സാധനം എൻ്റെ അകത്തില്ല. It was all dead. I was very hopeless and I felt like I can do nothing. I'm useless. അങ്ങനത്തെ ഫീലിംഗ് വരുമ്പോഴാണ് ഒരു നല്ല കാര്യങ്ങൾ started happening. Then I had this തലയൊരു സാധനം വന്നു that, you know what, you are worthy of things. It's not like you are useless. Yes, we have our ups and downs. I submit to, we feel really shit. But I learned, do not talk shit about yourself when you feel low. That is very important. And obviously I started painting. I started selling tons of art. I started painting like crazy. Then again, guess what? I had a downfall again. Again, I went into depression. അപ്പോൾ എനിക്കൊരു കാര്യം മനസ്സിലായി, this thing keeps on happening. It's a non-stop thing. It's like an episode. It's like a season. For 6 months you'll be happy. For another 2 months you'll be completely shut down. Then another for 6 months, another. It's a loop basically. So in this 10 years I learned and I understood this loop, that okay, ഇതിങ്ങനെയാണ് നടക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്. I have to handle it. I have to understand it. Because the more you understand ഇങ്ങനത്തെ സംഭവം, you know, കാരണം this will keep happening with you. ഇത് നിൽക്കത്തില്ല. ആൻഡ് നമ്മൾ 24/7 ഒരാൾ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് ഉണ്ടാവത്തില്ല. വി ഹാവ് ടു ഹെൽപ്പ് അവർ സെൽഫ്. വി ഹാവ് ടു ഫിഗർ ഔട്ട് തിങ്സ് ബൈ അവർ സെൽഫ്. നമ്മൾ വീണിട്ട് പഠിക്കത്തുള്ളൂ, ദാറ്റ്സ് ഫോർ ഷുവർ. ആൻഡ് ഇപ്പോഴും ഐ എം ലേണിംഗ് ഹൗ ടു ഹാൻഡിൽ മൈ സെൽഫ്. ആൻഡ് trust me, it was still, I'm having a downfall episode that's happening. I don't know how I'm standing right now, even I'm talking this all, because it's very difficult, even now for me. Sometimes you go blank when you talk. Like, zone out on nammal. Adinte pinne nammal tirichu varum. Okay, what the fuck am I saying? Nammal tirichu varum. So it's like an episode shit that keeps on happening. You just have to gather yourself together and just move forward. And very prashna enikku undayadu was like side effects. So many people have asked me, did I have side effects? Shit, yes. I had like കുറേ സൈഡ് എഫക്ട്സ് ഈ മരുന്നിന്റെ കാരണം കൊണ്ട്. കാരണം 7 വർഷമാണ് നമ്മൾ ഈ മരുന്ന് കഴിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പം നമ്മുടെ ബോഡിക്ക് ഡെഫിനറ്റ്ലി റിയാക്ഷൻസ് ഉണ്ടാവും. എൻ്റെ പ്രോബ്ലം വാസ് ഐ വാസ് ഗെയിനിങ് വെയിറ്റ്. ഐ വാസ് ഗെയിനിങ് ക്രേസി വെയിറ്റ്. ലൈക്ക് ഞാൻ I'm a short person. I'm not supposed to gain weight. And I gained like 60 kg. അത് എനിക്ക് ഓവർ വെയിറ്റ് ആണ്, ഭയങ്കര ഓവർ വെയിറ്റ് ആണ്. 60 kg ക്രോസ് ആയി. XXL, XXL ഒക്കെ ആയിരുന്നു ഞാൻ. ആൻഡ് ഒന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റണില്ല. That was so shit. Like, I was feeling shit about myself. And ഈ ബൈപ്പോളാർ ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ഉള്ള ആൾക്കാർ ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മളിങ്ങനെ മെഡിസിൻസ് കഴിക്കുന്ന ആൾക്കാർ, when we go to gym, the difference between the normal person who go to gym and us when we go to gym, അവർക്ക് വർക്ക്ഔട്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ റിസൾട്ട് കിട്ടും പെട്ടെന്ന്, ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ 6 months റിസൾട്ട് കിട്ടും. പക്ഷെ മെഡിക്കേഷൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇങ്ങനത്തെ സിറ്റുവേഷനുള്ള ഈ നമ്മള് വർക്ക്ഔട്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അവരിനേക്കാളും കൂടുതൽ ഹാർഡ് വർക്ക് ചെയ്താലും കുറച്ച് പെർസെന്റേജ് കുറയുള്ളൂ. So always I don't do now, I try to do 30 minutes of workout, anything, any kind of physical activity, because that's very important. Consistency is very important. Karam weight gain is like freaking crazy, okay? Like, it's a crazy sana. And melle enki pudhiya sana thodangi, and that is eating disorder. I don't know from where this came up now. Adutha prashnam came. I started eating, okay? Like, odukatha theta. I thinnondirikka vayaru naranju. My tummy is full. I have no space. പക്ഷേ it is binge eating nu parayatilla. I thinnonde irikya. Adu also helped me a lot to gain weight. And I was just eating sad on bed, watching TV, crying. This was me. And then, oh my god, I can't imagine that day. It was so shit. ഇങ്ങനെ വണ്ണം വെച്ച് ഇങ്ങനെ വീർത്തുപോയി ഞാൻ. ആൻഡ് വേറൊരു പ്രശ്നം എന്താ പറയുക, ദിസ് ഇസ് വെരി ഫണി. ഐ ഗോട്ട് acne like major shit acne, okay? I still have it, and people do ask me എന്തു പറ്റിയെന്ന്. PCOS വേറെ സാധനം അത് വന്നു, മുഖത്ത് ആക്നേസ് വന്നു, മാർക്സ് വന്നു, പിന്നെ ഓവറിയിൽ സിസ്റ്റ് വന്നു. ഇല്ലാത്ത പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ എനിക്കില്ല, എല്ലാ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളും ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരുമിച്ചാ വന്നത്. And I was like, fuck bro, why me? But this is life. It is what it is. You just have to go through it. And I'm still, going through this thing. But I'm happy. I'm really happy because now I've learned how to handle these things. I've learned how to handle my emotions. I've learned what to say, എല്ലാം പഠിച്ചു നമ്മള് ഒരു സമയമാകുമ്പോൾ. ഈ സമയത്തൊന്നും മനസ്സിലാവാത്തത് ഇറ്റ്സ് മേ ബി ബിക്കോസ് ഒരു വയസ്സായിരുന്നു. ഇറ്റ് വാസ് എ ഏജ് വേർ യു വർ ക്ലൂലെസ്. ഇറ്റ് വാസ് ന്യൂ ഫോർ യു. ബട്ട് ഇവൻച്വലി യു അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് തിങ്സ് ആൻഡ് യു ലേൺ തിങ്സ്. So there's this one quote that I recently saw. അത് ടോവിനോ ഒരു ഇന്റർവ്യൂവിൽ പറയാനാണ് ഞാൻ കേട്ടത്. That everything would be fine in the end. If it's not fine, then it's not the end. So I'm gonna steal that quote because it makes so much sense. So all I would say is like, there will be struggles, there will be a lot of problems, we'll go through a lot of shit. Just don't give up on yourself. Whatever happened, don't give up, because you will fall, you will fail a million times, but that doesn't mean you quit. You keep trying, you keep doing it until you win, because one day you are gonna reach there, and I'm sure I'm gonna reach there.